So Destiny 2 has been around for some months now, generating millions of sales, thousands of YouTube videos, and also millions of bored players. The first week of this AAA title's launch were packed with ever-expanding content and new features, building on the flawed form of its predecessor, Destiny 1. And now it expands ever so slightly into the universe of Destiny. Yet now there's no reason to keep playing it. Even though there are literally thousands of things to collect, hundreds of untapped story missions, and billions of unspent glimmer, and a slew of guns, players everywhere can't seem to find the point in playing this game. So what does this mean about Destiny 2? Well, it's shallow, it's now boring, and it makes the purchase of DLC a necessity. That's right, behind the facade of hundreds of hours of content lies the fact that almost half the objectives in the game are worthless, and the overall progression of your character halts after you've hit the light limit, forcing you to wait, tempting you to buy the DLC that Activision makes Bungie cut from the game and sell as DLC. But don't get me wrong, in the beginning of its launch, the weekly release of new objectives and content was so addicting, adding new things to do in the already fun game modes to incite players to come back for more. And in addition to the tight shooting and core mechanics of this game, it made Destiny 2 a spectacle. But for about a month now, that cycle has remained stagnant. Everyone knows what's coming, and the true nature of the system reveals itself. The only reason anyone has to complete the weekly rewards is to raise your own light level, so now it's obsolete until the next DLC. The next problem lies with the core mechanics of the game. First off, all the glimmer you collect in the game is completely worthless. Seeing all the thousands of glimmer enemies drop is a funny notion amongst gamers, but it's more like a pop-up than a reward, and most players forget it's even a part of the game. The funniest part is that no matter how you look at it and use lore to back it up, the whole concept of glimmer is maybe one of the most stupid ideas backed by Bungie's $500 million budget. I mean, think about it. They had a bunch of the smartest video game developers in a room, and they created glimmer. That's pretty sad. To add more insult to injury, the weapons are all pretty much the same, with an even more dumbed down system to upgrade them. If you really think about it, the most dramatic change you can make to a weapon is the hard light, and that really only changes the color of the gun. I mean, most exotics feel like they could have had their own progression system, or for starters been more customizable. In an RPG shooter like Destiny, you would think the developers would make the most valuable guns in the game more intricate, but the only thing that makes most of the exotics stand out is the color of their engram. As we peel the layers of Destiny back to reveal its inner core, we can even see its most prestigious event like the raid being a shallow experience. The rewards for the raid aren't really unique in any sense, with some exceptions like the Sins of the Past rocket launcher. The armor isn't something that should be worn with pride because most people have it, and the prestige raid is one of the most non-rewarding experiences that a challenging game could offer. It's literally not worth it in terms of functionality, and the only reason someone has to complete it is to prance around in their bedazzled raid gear. The reason why Destiny 2 got so boring so quickly is because it's supposed to be addictive and fun until the player finishes the main game, leaving the player with nothing afterwards. Destiny 2 is a great game if you're willing to spend the money, but unfortunately, it relies too heavily on DLC and additional content. All we have to do during the time we wait for the DLC is PvP and the repetition of events that are not rewarding anymore. Destiny 2 goes from being one of the most rewarding, high-inducing systems to a pointless, non-rewarding grind. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys subscribe. And I hope you guys drop a like if you enjoyed the content. I'm going to be releasing a lot more videos, so hopefully you guys subscribe and come back to the Hunted Reaper.